Mistral, Rhodes, Kagi, bandits. John couldn't get that out of his mind. He should warn the other villages on the way, but he felt he needed to eradicate this pest. Then he heard bird noises, but there wasn't a bird in miles. He stopped walking as someone walked out behind a tree. Hey, you should know this is Brahmin tribe territory. John, I missed the part where that's my problem. 1. As the idiots glared at the hooded figure. Shay, like I said, this is our turf. If you want to pass, you have to pay. He eyes the sword. Shay, that sword sure is fancy. We can let you through without issue if you give it up. John Thumb began pushing Yamato out. John, you want it? Come take it. The bandits just laughed. Shay, you heard him. They pounced on their prey for it to bite back. Every bandit fell to the ground dead except for Shay. Shay, what? He turns to see all his friends dead and creating a pool of blood. John, is that all? Shay, eek. He falls on his ass as he pleads for his life. John, I'll let you live if you bring me to your camp. Shay, why, you will? John, I promise. He then stood up and walked first, allowing John to follow. They walked the road. But John noticed a familiar scent in the air. It was death. John, there's rot in the air. Shay, we ambushed a few more guys. Some of them resisted, and we did what we always do. John, and what pray tell is that? Shay, we kill the men and rape the women. John, and? Shay, we loot the bodies and throw them to the side for the Grimm. John, they reached the Brahmin tribe, but Shay, let me get the door. John, that won't be necessary. He says as he stabs Yamato through his heart. Shay, but you promised. John, I said I'd let you live. I didn't say how long. He let his corpse fall on the ground. John, I don't think the Grimm would eat trash like you. He then set his sights to the camp as he slashed open the doors. Bandit, we are under attack. Raven ran out with Vernal. Raven, how many? Bandit 2, it's... He couldn't finish as he was pierced by a sword made of light. John, you are the ones that attacked Cheyenne? How pitiful. Vernal, why you? Raven stops her from attacking as she steps forward. Raven, where is Shay? Bandit, he killed him. John, and I'm not done. As he vanishes and cuts apart the remaining bandits. Raven, who are you? John, someone cleaning up the trash. Raven, we're trash? What does that make the villages we ransacked? Less than trash? John, might controls everything, and without strength you can't protect anything. Raven, finally someone who gets it. The strong live and the weak perish. John, and yet you had no problem attacking helpless villagers. What does that make you? Strong or weak? Raven got angry and began collecting energy. The air begins to become cold. John, a maiden. Raven, you know what I am? John, yes. Raven, and you still wish to face me? John, I do. Raven, then you will die braver than most. John, no, you will do what your kind always does, run. Raven, R-A-G-Ch-H. She charges John, and he drew Yamato and blocks her as they clashed for dominance. Raven, what would you know about running? John, I have been doing it for most of my life. Raven, then that makes you a hypocrite. John, I ran to protect the ones I love. What did you run for? He pushes her away as he summoned more swords and created a barrage that she quickly broke apart with a wave of ice. John vanished and appeared behind her, attempting to land an attack, but a gunshot forced him to back off as he sees Vernal aiming her weapons at him. He looked to Raven rushing him, but he felt ice build up on his feet as he was caught, and Raven swung down, and he blocked using Yamato's sheath. He then swung upwards, forcing her to back off as he smashes the ground and breaks the ice. John, so this is the power of a maiden. Raven, what getting cold feet? John, is that attempt at humor? You know those who do that tries to remove tension as they're afraid. And I can smell the fear in you. Raven, what did you say? She created another sword made of fire as lightning crackles in the background as Vernal took shelter. John, what? Did I strike a nerve? She then spun her blades, creating a tornado. In an attempt to blow him away, he conjured Beowulf and collected enough energy to create a blast to negate the blasted winds. When he clears the skies, he saw a huge ice spike as it was sent flying during the storm and skewers Jaune in the chest, pinning him on the floor. Raven lands and Vergil joins her. Raven, well, he lasted longer than I would like. Vergil, he was strong, but you were stronger. The two looked at the laughing corpse as he got on his feet and pulls himself off the spike, blood gushing like a fountain. Imagine DMC 1 Dante after being stabbed by Alistair, the sword. Jaune, that was actually the first time someone has hit me, other than Dante. Raven, what are you?